Hi everybody, my name is Danny. I am the social studies educator here at Children's Museum Houston, and I am coming to you from our Kidtropolis exhibit. So Kidtropolis is sponsored by Bank of America, and for those of you who have been here before, you know that Kidtropolis is our kid city. So it's for kids, it's run by kids, and all of our kids are at home right now staying safe. So what we want to do is we want to bring Kidtropolis to you. So right now what we're going to do actually is we're going to set ourselves up so that we can do a little bit more role play at home. And role playing is just playing pretend. It's using your imagination to pretend that you are in a different situation or maybe a particular character. And one of the favorite places that our visitors have here at the museum to role play is right here in our HEB market. Anytime you come to Kidtropolis, you can guarantee we've got some friends in here who are working at the market. We've got our manager and our cashiers and our stock persons who all work together to keep this market running, to make sure that we're helping out our customers, to keeping all of our shelves and all of the aisles stocked with all of the food. And of course we have people who can role play as customers as well, so they can come in to see what sort of food they may need for their homes and purchase the items that they may want. So we do want to take a quick moment to say thank you very, very much to our friends at HEB for helping sponsor this exhibit and make it possible for all of our guests. And I also just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to all of our wonderful HEB employees who I know are working around the clock to make sure that our stores are operating and our shelves are staying stocked. So thank you very much, y'all are awesome. So what we want to do today is, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of role playing. Because you can't come to our market, I'm going to help you all figure out how you can set up your own grocery store at home. Now you may already have certain things available, like if you already have some toy food or some pretend food at home, you can totally use that. Things like our fruits and vegetables that we have here in the market, these are things that we've purchased. But we also make a lot of our grocery items ourselves. A lot of the things that you'll find on the shelves or in our refrigerator or our frozen section here, these are things that we've just made using empty packaging from HEB markets. So I'm going to show you one way that you can do that at home. And it's pretty simple, because all you really need for this is you need some empty food packaging. So as your family eats something, like if you finish up, for example, the waffles, or if you finish up a box of cereal, rather than recycling the container, just ask your family if you can hang on to it and you can turn it into one of the items for your grocery store. Now the way we do this here, we already have our box emptied, and rather than just sealing it closed because it's kind of flimsy and it might bend or break a little bit more easily, we actually stuff it with a whole bunch of newspaper. And I'm going to do this kind of quickly. We actually have some amazing people on staff. My friends Sinai and Fong, who actually build all of our collections items like these, the items that people get to touch and play with here in the museum. And they do a great job, and they take a lot of time, and I'm going to do this kind of quickly. But all I'm doing is I'm balling up pieces of newspaper, or you can use anything that might go in your recycling bin, like if you have like junk mail or something like that. And that's just to give this a little bit more weight, and also to keep it from squishing as we play with it. Less likely if it accidentally gets like stepped on or kicked or something like that, that it'll be destroyed. All right, so once I've got enough paper in here that I can kind of squish the box and it kind of looks like it might have something like waffles inside, then all I'm gonna do is tape this closed. Now, I'm going to use packing tape, which is kind of nice because it's clear, and again, that's what we use here at the museum. If you don't have packing tape, you can use Scotch tape. You could also use some glue if you wanted, even just putting a little bit of glue on this. You'll just want to make sure that you put something maybe on top of it to hold it closed while the glue is drying. And that's really all you need to do. Now, here at the museum, we actually add a whole bunch of that packing tape. So Sinai and Fong, they've actually added like 3 or 4 layers of packing tape to this box. That helps make sure that it's sturdy, it helps make sure that the box is protected, it doesn't get scratched up, but most importantly it makes it so that we can clean it, because we can actually wipe this down with disinfectant cleaners and we don't have to worry about damaging the box itself. So You can take the time to do this, but if you just take your boxes, stuff them with some paper, and you tape them closed, this can be ready to go for your at-home grocery store. Now, not just boxes, you can also do this with like plastic containers. So if you use up some sour cream, or when you finish a container of yogurt or something like that, ask your families if you can have these. I would just recommend you make sure you clean them out really well and dry them really, really well before you add them to your grocery bin, because we want to make sure that we're not growing anything yucky in these containers. And if they have a lid, you can probably just put the lid on top. If you want, you can add some tape as well. Now, as you can see, we have hundreds of items in our grocery store. Don't feel like you need to create hundreds of items right away, but as your family, if you finish up that box of cereal and they pass the box on to you, you can keep adding to your own grocery store at home. And once you feel like you have enough groceries available, you are ready to role play. So at that point, you can set up a nice display for your grocery items. You can set prices for your different groceries. You could make like a price list, or you could even just write on the package what you think it would cost. You can even do something like set up a meal deal, so decide what items are going to be on sale or what items you might get free by purchasing other items in any given week. And then let your family know at that point you are ready for business, so that customers can come and do some shopping in your very own grocery store.
Excuse me, I'm looking for some cereal.
Oh, excuse me everybody, it looks like I have a customer now. So I'm gonna go ahead and help us out so we can get our grocery store going. I encourage you all to do the same. And in the meantime, we hope you have a great day. Thank you once again to our sponsors at HEB, and we will see you all again soon.